Hi, it's Cassie with Cassy's Parlor, and today I'm going to show you how you can use your crossover 2 machine and this super adorable Crafter's Edge monster die. He's called Eyelet the Monster, and it is so fun and super fast, okay? And it even comes with a little project. If you wanted to do the project that's included in here, it's got all the instructions. Oops, sorry. But you, of course, don't have to. You can do whatever you want, okay? And so it's got all the dies to make all these pieces. And I thought, you know, the first thing that I thought of when I was going to make something, you know, obviously you could sew it, right? But not everyone has a sewing machine or is very, you know, or wants to sew or you know, maybe you got to get it out or whatever, or maybe you're looking for some fun crafts to do with the kids while everybody's at home. So I thought, let's figure out a way to make this cute little monster without sewing, but still have him be plush and three-dimensional and cute. Okay, so this is what I came up with, and he's kind of three-dimensional. He's got 2 layers. He's got some from stuffing in there, not a lot, but really, like, this took like less than 5 minutes. You have a cute little monster that kids could, you know, hug and play with and do whatever, and it's not going to come apart, and it's super cute. Okay, so there's the back, just plain. You could embellish this even more. You could add ribbons and put a little bow around him. You could do lots of different cool stuff. But I just want to show you a quick way that you can use crossover 2, some felt, and this monster die to just make a fun, quick project. Okay, so really I've got everything ready to go. We've got all of our plates here. I've got the crossover 2 set to 4. I found that 4 works best with this felt, and I'm doing, this guy is 2 layers. The rest of it is 1 layer. Okay, so I'm going to actually put him in the back. And then the really awesome thing about the width of this plate is that you can put all of these things on here together at one time and get everything cut out at once, and then you just have to assemble, which I really love. The less passes through this machine, the better, right? Because then we just have more time to play and make our project and put it all together. So I've got all my pieces here. They're all on different scraps of felt that I have, and we're going to make this cute little monster. Okay, so we're going to run it through here, and I just like to push this in and kind of get it started, and then I hold the base down here just to hold it in place, because this is really powerful machine and it's doing a lot of work right here. So we just want to help it along. Okay, so it comes out the other side. I'm just going to let it sit here on this side, and then we take our top plate off, and now we just pull the pieces out. And so everything cuts beautifully. We've got cute little teeth here. Okay, so I'm just going to get all the pieces out and put them kind of on the side, and then we'll move the machine out of the way, and I'll show you how to put this together. So we've got an eyeball and the cute little heart. Okay, so let's put the dies on this side, and our pieces we're going to use over here. Get everything set up. Okay, the die's over here. So then we've got the inner part of the eye and the mouth, and I'm using 2 different kinds of felt here. So this one is just like regular craft felt. You see it's very flimsy and just kind of folds over, and this is a stiffer one. So see, it doesn't really bend. I mean, it can bend, but it's more stiff. So they both work really well, and you can use just craft felt that you get at your craft store. You can use better, you know, like more higher quality wool felt if you wanted, or something. Anything that's in a sheet like that is going to work just fine. Okay, so now we have all of our parts, and so now I'm going to put the machine aside just real quick. And now we can just put our little monster together, okay? So you need all your felt pieces that you've cut out. And so you can see here I did 2 layers at once, which is another really great feature of this, is that you get to, you can do several layers at once. So you really truly have one pass through that machine and you are good to go. So we've got our little guy here. We're going to use him as a map so we know what we're doing. I've got some Beacon felt glue. This is amazing product. You definitely, if you're using that with felt, you don't need to sew. You have to let it dry. You have to let it sit and rest and dry, but once it's dry, it's not coming apart. Okay, and kids could play with these. You know, you could make one for your dog or whatever, I don't know, as long as they don't chew it up too much. My dog would tear that apart, but there's a lot of fun things that you could do with this. So then you also need just a little bit of stuffing. And if you don't have stuffing like this, get creative. You know, you can use all sorts of different things. You could even like just, you know, cut a piece of this and wad it up and just to give you some depth, okay? All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, so what I did, I had the two guys together, right? And we want to make sure that we can line it back up and put it back together, right? So I just peeled him off and flipped him over, okay? So now we have a mirror image of each other, and that way I don't have to figure out how to put him back together. I just know I flip him back over and he's ready to go, okay? So now we're going to take our felt glue, and I'm just going to put a generous amount around the edges, okay? You want to put a pretty good amount. I'm going to show you when I'm done here. And you just want to line the edge all the way around. Leave maybe like an 1/8 of an inch border, you know, between the edge of the felt and where you're putting the glue. Okay? Put a little bit more over here. You want a good, nice ribbon of glue there. Can you see that? Okay, so now we're going to take just a little bit. So if you are using stuffing, you really don't need a lot, okay? And it's okay if it's hit some of the glue spots, because we're going to kind of touch it up as we're putting it together, okay? So don't even worry about that. All right, so then I just get like, okay, here it is in my hand. You can see how big and how thick, okay? That's about enough for the main part of the body. And then I just like move it so it kind of has the shape, because you want a little tiny bit for the legs there, but you really truly look at how much it already fills this guy up, okay? And you're like, oh, it's taking up too much space. It's okay, all right? You just work with it and just be patient, and it's all going to work just fine. Okay, so now I'm actually going to put glue on this side too, about the same amount, because I really just want this to stick together, and it's going to be okay. It's not going to mess up what you're doing. Or like be too sticky, or glue's not, you know, don't worry about how much glue you're using here. You just want to make sure that it's going to work with all of this stuffing that you have in here. Okay, so now I'm starting at the top and I'm just lining up my edges, and I'm just letting it kind of sit for a second and start to soak in together. And you're going to get glue on your fingers, and that's okay. It's really okay. We might actually have too much in here. I think we have too much. So let's just take out a little bit. It's a little bit of trial and error, okay? So let's take out a little bit more. And it always feels like, oh, I don't have enough. And then you actually have too much. So I took half of that, okay, because it was feeling really full. Okay, I think that's actually a little bit better. And we're still good. That glue is starting to soak into the felt, but it's still going to be very sticky and keep it all together. Okay. And this dries clear too, so you see I'm getting a little bit on the front here just because it was kind of messy, but that's okay. I'm going to smush it down and hold it with my finger just for a minute and let the glue and the felt sort of start to come together a little bit. Okay. Remember, you can always sew this too if you want, but if you're not a sewer, or you don't feel like sewing, or you're doing projects with kids. So now it's pretty much together, but there's some spots where it's kind of coming up, right? Because of that felt or that stuffing inside. So I'm just going to go back and give it a little bit more. Okay? So that top part, so you can see he's got some foam to him. He's got some dimension, I mean, but not a ton. And this way, you know, that's what you get. I mean, you could put extra, and then you just have to hold them together longer. But if you just want to make a fun little project and you don't feel like sewing it, this is a really great alternative. Okay, so I just kind of go around, make sure all my seams are together, add a little bit extra glue where you need to, and just kind of pat it down and let it rest. Okay, and when this dries, you won't see that white glue that's kind of showing through. I promise it goes away. You will not see it. It's just going to make it stronger and make it stick together better. Okay, so I've gone around all the edges. All right, we're going to use that again in a minute. Making sure he's stuck. Okay, now while that's drying, we can build the rest of him. So we've got an eyeball, and really the rest of this is super easy. You know, you're just going to put a little bit of glue on the back. I let this sit sideways while I'm working. It keeps it closer to the top for me. So I'm going to put his eyeball like right here, kind of crooked, and then we've got the black here, which is the inside part of his eye. Okay, and then we have the mouth. This mouth is so cute. You know, another thing I was thinking you could do with this mouth cutout, you could make this a pocket here and then like put, you know, keep it, like just put glue around the edge and keep it open. And it could be like for teeth, you know, like when kids lose their teeth, it could be the little tooth monster or something. Okay, and then lastly, we just have this cute little heart. And we're going to put him right here. Now, if you were going to do that pocket, you just wouldn't use the heart. Or you could put the pocket here and put the heart on top of it. I mean, there's lots of different ways that you can use all of this. But there we go. This is our final project. It's done. Again, you can change it up and embellish it however you want. And you could sew it and make it fuller, right? And like fill in all the little parts. But he's cute. He's got dimension to him. He's adorable. And again, all this white is going to dry. And you won't see it, okay, just like this pink guy. He started out the same way. So now we've got a pair, and they're super cute. You can do different colors for boys, girls, whatever color combinations that you like. And there we have a cute little monster. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and this process. And if you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.